Challenge, support, transform
Yes.
is the formula for what we do around here. From a parent perspective, how have you seen that work?
Well, with my son who just graduated last May, I can tell you that since I'm now a lot smarter than I was the previous 4 years, I'm probably qualified to answer the question. The center experience for him was really an amazing one. He did not break any records here. He's probably not going to be in any Hall of Fames here, at least within the next 10 years. But when it came time to go last May, his fingernails were all bent back because he was holding the door jamb as we were trying to pull him out of here because his time was up. He did not want to go. But the transformation that has occurred in him, he is a much more assured person I've seen in him. He is a very well-rounded person. The center experience forces you to get outside of your comfort zone, as Heather pointed out, in taking courses that you really didn't even think were up your alley. His center term experience was to travel abroad to Vietnam one center term, and to the Bahamas to snorkel on another one. That was actually a biology class, but the Vietnam experience was I saw a great change in him when he got back from there. And when he asked me at the end of his junior year if he could go his senior year, I laughed and said, when I was your age, we were doing everything we could not to go to Vietnam. and you're wanting to go, and they had a really great experience with an experienced professor who treated them as adults over there, and they didn't have to hold hands as they walked through the streets and have bus tags on them. They were allowed to be adults and had a certain amount of personal freedom under the distant guidance of the professor, and then they were educated on things. So that was a great transforming experience. But the thing that's been the greatest that I think I've seen, and I think it's really, really true, I'd heard it even back in the days I was in college and had heard all about it, but center graduates look after center graduates, and it is true. My son is working for a center graduate. He got a job right out of college in an economic advising firm from a really very successful center graduate who took an interest in my son, personal interest in my son, because they have their tentacles reach right into the campus and are involved. And so it's a real life good news experience in a very difficult economic time. My son got out of college and was out for a couple of weeks and started to work, and he was real sad about that, but I was real happy about it. But he's doing something that he wanted to do. He's around an idea that he wants to be around, and that give back by center people is real, and I think it is a great asset this college offers any student. So the transformation there continues even past graduation. I find it interesting that he gets together with his graduate buddies, his fraternity brothers, and so forth. Even today, they do things, they communicate, they stay in touch. It's a real deal, and he's got friends that are all around the world right now doing things. So it's been a very rewarding one. Now my daughter is my daughter, so I'm keeping my eye on my daughter, but she's having a great experience getting started, and I've already seen her ability to handle decisions, manage her time, because they immediately begin treating the kids here as adults the minute they hit campus. Parents are welcome here and so forth, but they deal with your son or daughter about your son or daughter's college experience. They start with them. Now the bills come to me, but they start with them. They really don't want to call the parent and say, you know, your daughter's been late to class. I mean, they deal with those things with the student and grow them up right away and put them in experiences right away. And the closeness of the school, and then you have a feature like the Norton Center that brings in world-class performances that these students get to see right away. They start becoming adults and getting to see things and experience things that this time last year she wasn't involved with.
Great, thank you.